This is a video of your shoulder blade, arm, and collarbone. Now just to give you some orientation, this bone here is the upper part of your arm called your humerus. This whole bone here is called your scapula or your shoulder blade. If we tip this forward, this is your collarbone or clavicle. It will attach to the center of the front of your chest right there at your sternum. Now where my hand is all in this space is where the upper part of your rib cage is, and your neck will start here, your spine runs down the center. Now your shoulder is a ball and socket joint, but it's much more like a golf ball on a golf tee. Now that's why I've taken this apart, just to show you. This is the upper part of your arm or your humerus. You'll see that it's a nice rounded bone. This tendon that's coming over the top of it here is actually the long head of your bicep that comes down from your elbow. Now that's the ball part of the joint. If we look in here is where the socket is. You'll see the part in the deep center there. That's part of your shoulder blade, and it forms the socket for your hip. You'll see it's not a big deep socket like your hip is. So that's what allows your shoulder to be able to move in every different direction. Now you have a number of muscles that will help stabilize your shoulder and keep it in the socket properly, and that's what's called your rotator cuff. You can see that nicely on this model. Your rotator cuff is not one structure, but it's 4 muscles. The first one being this guy here. It's called your supraspinatus. It will run right down, you'll see, through that space and end up turning into this white ball of tendon right here. That will actually attach onto the top part of this. In real life, it doesn't come apart. The bottom one here is called your infraspinatus. It comes off of your shoulder blade and right up and again attaching onto here. Then you have your teres minor, which will come up and attach on here as well. And then if we flip this over, in between your shoulder blade and your rib cage, you have another really important one of your rotator cuff called your subscapularis. They all work together to dynamically stabilize the ball in the socket and keep it moving. If we look up here, you have your collarbone, and it will join right into form a joint with this bone, which is part of your shoulder blade right there, called your AC joint, which is quite commonly separated. There are ligaments underneath it that help hold it together.